Alright, welcome my allies from all around. This is Frontline here, and today we are going to be playing on the Craftaway Realm. And it seems as though my voice is a good volume. I'm hoping that stays the case. If ever I am too loud, please let me know. This room that I'm recording in is not what I've been doing for past streams. So it's a little bit more echoey than I'm normally used to, and my mic is a lot further away from my actual mouth than it normally is. It's like, normally it's about like an inch away. Right now it's probably like at least 20 centimeters, if not more. So I know that's like two different types of units, but it's fine. So the first thing I guess I can mention is that I am completely on spoiler territory at the moment. Let's go ahead and get rid of the rain or the snow, or well, both, but just so that we don't keep on piling more and more of this of these snow layers. I did not know that the snow layers can actually go on top of the flowers. That just seems like a really interesting thing that I was not aware of. I would have thought that it would have just blocked the snow from being able to be there. I would definitely not have thought that it could basically cover the flowers. I mean, look at that. It's like it was completely like a giant layer of it on top of that thing. But anyway, so the main thing that we are doing is doing something that we are actually doing inside of the next episode of Craftaway. So again, this is kind of spoilers, but at the same time, I don't mind that much, because it's really for the best. It's going to benefit being able to get this episode out quicker and being able to get this project done sooner, because this is a really large project that I've been trying to work on. We're going to do many things to be able to help out this area that is the winter district in this stream. So what was my stream plan? Let's actually go down to it. So work on the pathways or getting them closer to completion. Be able to figure out different areas of the district, design houses, and gather more packed ice. That was in a question mark, because I wasn't sure if I needed to. I have a lot of packed ice. This is an entire shulker box full of it, and we have a ton more. And it hasn't even made a dent on the pathways that I was trying to be able to make. At first I was thinking I needed a bunch because the pathways are taking a lot more than I was anticipating. Turns out that didn't really seem to be the case all that much. So yeah, I'm just a little bit conflicted on that whole entire thing. And I'm going to have to be able to figure out what I'm going to do with these. So let's go to the thing here. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one we should do first, because I kind of want to do the paths. And you know what, we're just going to do the paths, because the paths are just something that I don't even have to really think about making most of the time. They're just paths that I kind of just try and make them as organic as I can. And that's not that hard, at least for me, to be able to do. So where is this map? We don't need this map, we need a different one. What we want is a map that will allow us to be able to create the area around the Christmas tree, which actually is two of them. We need two maps to be able to map out that area. This is already updated, so that looks very nice. This is the cutoff point right here, so that in the end, the district is confined to this area, and the rest of the snow biome just doesn't have to be worried about at all. I'll make it look nicer. It definitely looks like a weird wall at the moment, and maybe we'll work on that later on in the stream. But for now, let's go ahead and grab this map. Let's actually grab this one too, and we'll grab this one. So those are the three maps that we need. You can see the tree over there. Is this one the right one? It seems like it, because that's the bridge. So this is the one we're going to use to be able to actually get this whole entire thing all working. So let's put away some of this packed ice. Again, we have so much of it. I gathered a lot of this morning, which is just one reason I really don't think that we're going to need to gather more this stream. But anyway, at some point later on, I'm hoping that the castaways do end up building in this district, because it's something that I think would be really cool if all of us like banded forces together to be able to get this whole entire district up and running. One of the things I wanted was that we'd have like a residential district that is over that way. I think would be the best place for it, like the circle that I created over there. That would be able to be a nice place in which castaways could design their own homes, or maybe have the option to go ahead and just have someone else build the home for them, and that kind of a thing. It's just specialized towards everybody. We'll have to see exactly how many people do end up going ahead and participating in the district. I know that to make this thing really successful, I probably should have worked on it a lot sooner than I did. And one of the problems that I faced was finals. If you were following me on Twitter, you know that finals kind of cut into my schedule. It was very, very difficult for me to actually be able to go ahead and work on Craftaway, because at the moment I have 4 episodes to create this district. When I first planned me making this district, I had 5 episodes to get it all done. So that's an interesting dilemma that I'm having to deal with, and hopefully I will be able to get that all sorted here very soon. I've been really working on this thing, and this has only been most recently, so hopefully if I just keep on grinding it out, I'll have time to finish it all. But again, we'll have to kind of see how that ends up working, and making sure that everything ends up fine in the end. So I'm making all the paths 4 wide. Whenever I try and like do a curve, I kind of keep like it be 5 wide for at least 2 blocks, so that it like has a little bit of leeway when it's moving into like a different pattern. Otherwise it just looks a little bit smushed at times, where it almost seems like it's only 3 wide when in reality it is still 4 wide all the time. It's just it shifts so much that people might not be able to compensate for it, although they probably would. It's just it doesn't look right. So anyway, that's our Christmas tree. If you didn't know, I'm going to decorate it more. We could do that in this stream if we really wanted to. I bet we could. And we might. So if you guys want me to be able to work on that, I definitely can. Let's see here. Do we want to make this a perfect circle around the tree? Probably not, if I'm to be completely honest. I know that we'll probably want it so that every bit under the tree here is actually like not covered in snow, though. Hopefully that'll be able to work out kind of nicely in getting this thing all good. I don't know if it really matters that much of me being this accurate with all of the leaves in their correct spots, but I'm still going to try and make it look as natural as I can anyway, so that perhaps if anyone takes a quick glance at it, they just think that I ended up digging away all the snow in the area and it just like snowed overnight or something, and then the surrounding area is what has the snow instead of directly underneath the Christmas tree. So I think that's perfect. I think that actually encompasses the entire area that the tree was on about. So you can go ahead and fill that, fill these up, and why not? We'll just replace this. So that, it's a dirt block though, and I don't actually have any space in my inventory. So let's craft all those into snow, and then we can have that dirt block. There we go. And it's starting to snow again. Okay. I almost kind of want to let it snow at some point, at some points, to be able to actually have like different areas more covered and stuff. But I feel like I don't want that as often. I feel like it snows like every 2 minutes in here though. It just seems like I just got rid of like the snow and it just came back. But yeah, I do want to wait to be able to make it snow again. Hopefully it will be able to be good here eventually. So, oh, that was not where I thought I was. I thought this was the path I was digging out, so I just ran right into it thinking, oh, I'm just going to land into a one deep pit. And wow, I discovered a complete cave system, which, I mean, it's Minecraft. Obviously, there's a bunch of cave systems, but man, did I really not expect right then. So, let's make sure that doesn't happen. Christmas Land has to be safe. I don't want people to sue Christmas Land for it being unsafe to the public and always blaming me on these kinds of things. And there we go. This is what I wanted to land into. I wanted to land into this area, not that. So anyway, if you don't know what I'm doing, if you're just tuning in now, smooth. Yeah, I know. Hey, Sunfire. I kind of noticed that like a few people like joined the stream just as that happened, and I was like, oh great, perfect timing. But yeah, if you're just tuning into the stream right now, we're actually working on the Christmas district or the Winter district. I call it the Winter district, even though it basically is a Christmas district, and we're going on creating paths all around this place because at the moment there isn't much. This is going to be all in like the next episode of Craftaway. A lot of this probably is spoilers since I've gotten most of the episode done, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter that much. It's more about the journey than the destination anyway. So over here you can see it's like I have a giant like circle type thing. Like this is going to be like a whole entire separate area to the district. We're going to have a bridge built over there. I still don't know what I'm going to do with that area. That was not meant to happen. And like I just want to build a lot of things. I need help in building a lot of things because obviously having issues keeping a connection. I'm wondering if the reason for that is because I'm streaming slightly higher quality. Because it's like 720, 60 frames per second. It looks really smooth on my end, but yeah, I can admit New Zealand internet might not be actually the greatest thing in the world. We'll see how it all goes. If it really isn't working out, I could try and restart the stream with lower settings, but we'll kind of see how that ends up going. So let's go ahead and keep making a path here. Hopefully other Castaway members like you, Sunfire, will maybe help in bringing a little bit of Christmas cheer and make sure that the district is all nice and prepared. I don't think that I want to go that way. Let's go this way and make sure that I actually want to go towards the tree instead of away from the tree. So I think, yeah, that works. I think. Does that work? Nope, that's not actually what I wanted. I want this. Right? Yeah, that's it. Because, yeah, I really should have tried to get the... what was it? What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I was completely busy with a lot of things to be able to get this district done. Hopefully, I will be able to get it done. But again, I am enlisting in my next video the fact that I kind of need help in being able to get this thing together. It seems as though I have one viewer, so Sunfire I'm pretty sure wasn't able to keep a connection. It's fine. I haven't slept in a while. Ah! Oh. Pff. Of course, there's a creeper. I was like, the phantom had to have flown away by now. But, yeah, apparently that wasn't, the reason. Yeah, if any connection issues are still going on, I can restart the stream. But, you know, of course, I'd have to restart the stream. Hopefully, New Zealand internet will at least help, or at least like cooperate a little bit. I think it's on your end. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Like, I'm streaming it myself. And yeah, New Zealand being New Zealand. Because it's like, this is higher quality than I normally do. And the only reason for that is because I, like, experience some... It seems to be coming right. Okay. So, you keep interrupting. That's not your fault, but it's more that I get distracted. So, what was I going to say? It was the matter that... oh, yeah. The reason why I always streamed 720p 30 frames per second. I'm streaming 720 60 frames at the moment. The reason for that was because I was thinking that, oh, my computer just can't handle rendering like my video and a webcam at the same time and still be able to render that all. It just can't handle a webcam. Like, no matter what settings I use, it just can't handle it. So that's the reason why only up until now I've been using a lot lower quality, and maybe I will switch back to a lower quality anyway, just because it's easier for people to view if it's not such a high bandwidth, even though it does sacrifice a little bit of the quality of the video. It's a hard decision to make. You know, on the one hand, it's really cool to have awesome smooth frames and stuff, but on the other hand, it's not very great if people can't see those smooth frames. So anyway, I am being able to create this path. This is very time consuming, but I think that it ends up being all right. So I'm wondering if there's a way to make it so that, like, when I'm streaming, like, people actually have the option to choose different bandwidths. Because when I go into the settings and I do like the quality, it's like it only has the option for the source. So it has to be like the way that my software right now, like, only is able to like output a certain type of picture quality. That just makes it so that, like, it has to be viewed that high of quality. So yeah, my next stream, if I think about it and if I remember to do so, I will actually download Streamlabs OBS or just normal OBS or whatever comes up, because at the moment I'm using Elgato, and Elgato, it's fine, but it's also not great. It's one of those, like, software things that it kind of works, but at the same time it doesn't. I think that Elgato is the reason why my webcam can't work, because I'm almost certain that my PC can handle it. I have like a 1050 Ti graphics card. I have an i7 processor. Like, there's no reason that my computer shouldn't be able to handle being able to stream that high of quality, or that even that low of quality with just a webcam. So yeah, I don't know. It will be able to work. Of course, I hate that. Just when I was like trying to go ahead and like just type in the chat to make sure that everything was still good, because of course, if the stream isn't actually working, like, my voice isn't coming through. So I just want to make sure that my message goes through to him saying, oh, is it actually still working and all that kinds of stuff? Seems to be now. Okay, good. So of course you heard my rant and saw the creeper thing. Voice sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, that was something I was concerned about because again, the room is echoey. I am holding my mic a lot further away from me than I did previous times I've streamed. Why? Wow, this creeper really took out a big explosion, didn't he? So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. So I need to be able to contract this guy a lot more. And there we go. I think that's too many. And fine. I think this is a good width of the path. So how is everyone doing tonight? I'm doing pretty well. I should probably have a little bit of water because I haven't been hydrating probably as much as I should have been today, but yeah, it's fine. I don't know how well you heard that, but I did have a little bit of water. And also apparently I gotta watch out for creepers in this area too, just to make sure. I really gotta always watch my back before I actually turn my back whenever I go ahead and do something that isn't focused on gameplay. So there we go, we're rocking around the Christmas tree. I think that right here would be a good place for the path to also branch off and be able to go here, because it will be able to just bam. Not great with health, but super happy with how well my video has gone down. Well, I guess it's half good. Definitely good to have a community behind your back, but obviously it's not very nice to be under the weather and all that kinds of stuff. Hopefully you will feel better at some point here, and hopefully you'll enjoy the stream, take your mind off of things, and be able to just look at all the snow and maybe get a little bit of snow blindness just for good luck. But yeah, that'd be funny in Minecraft if that was a thing. I feel like that has to be a mod somewhere, to actually have it so that if you're in a snow biome and you're staring at snow for too long, that your vision starts going slowly black. It could use the blindness effect that's actually already in the game, and it would have the whole thing where just the blindness effect increases to the point where you can barely see 2 blocks inside a snow worries. Great. That's my thing. But yeah, as I was saying, that'd be a funny little mod to be able to just have that whole entire thing. I love the snow, what it does to the trees. If you've never seen this before, it's so it's so cool, but at the same time the snow is also so annoying because it just keeps on growing and growing and growing. You basically actually do need to clear your driveways and stuff in Minecraft, because the snow it's not just one layer, it just keeps on piling on. It's a cool feature, but obviously if you've been in the district for too long, it gets to the point where it just really becomes tall, and sometimes you can't even walk over it because it becomes half slab size. This isn't as tall, but it's almost there. No need for that icy reaction. Are you giving me the cold shoulder? Sometimes I don't know what to say, but yeah. Can only sleep at, oh right, I can clear the weather though. I'm really actually trying to think of a pun to come up with. This is the problem. It's like whenever I'm actually like talking and stuff, it's hard to do it. I'm so good at text puns because those I actually have like just the tiniest bit of time to react. Just the tiniest bit extra. Although I am kind of good in other situations, like ones where I don't have to. I'll leave the puns to you, mate. Yeah. Snow. I was thinking out loud there, just a little whisper of snow was just like, well, I don't know. How about let's just change the subject, because I feel like it would be nice to do that. It's a lot easier to do text because you can like emphasize the word that you're changing. You have to like really emphasize it in voice to be able to make sure that people understand the pun. But yeah, nut ice. It's very nut ice, which isn't as smooth to say. But yeah, it wasn't my best work. It really wasn't, but it's something. Anyway, one idea I was like considering inside the video. Would you not? Would you not? How about you like stray away from that behavior? All right. So, man. All right. That was a very weird pun, but it was one of those ones that like I can show you that it's like I can come up with them pretty fast, but at the same time, only some of them I do. So, one thing I was thinking of in the video before I got shot there, and I might actually sleep because I kind of don't want to deal with any monsters at the moment. It worked. Yeah. So, the one thing I was thinking of in the video, underneath this tree, is the fact that I want to have the people on the Craftaway Realm give out lots of gifts. I actually have no idea if this is enough room for gifts. It probably is. Honestly, I would almost guess it most definitely is, especially since if we run out of room actually under the tree, we can go a little bit not under the tree. But yeah, I was wondering if we should have one chest per person or we should have one chest per gift so that like whenever you're like gifting stuff right before Christmas, like one person comes along and is all like, okay, I'm going to put down the chest and like, do I have like example stuff? I might have stuff in my ender chest. I actually have like no idea if I have anything. I don't believe I actually have anything to demonstrate this, but yeah, we'll improvise. Improvise. So we have a crafting table here. We're all like, hey, you know what? I want to give a gift to. I can just be all like, hey, to Sunfire from Frontline. And then it's more personalized instead of having it be like one chest like per person. I kind of like the idea of this because, you know, it would make the tree look a lot more filled on Christmas Day. It would like have a lot more effect of presents and stuff. Plus it would look cool, I think, with the textures. Because I think, if I'm correct, even on Bedrock Edition, the chest changed textures for only one day on Christmas to look more like gifts. So that I think like chests are red and trap chests are green. Maybe ender chests change, but I mean, ender chests wouldn't be under the tree anyway. But I was wondering if that would be a good idea or if it should just be one per person, because I don't know how many people are actually going to be participating in gift giving. I really don't know. So we'll see how all that works. I'm hoping that by the time that my next episode releases, it'll entice more Castaway members to actually start work on this place, because it's been kind of neglected so far. And it's also been neglected by me, because I really wanted to work on this place, but I just completely didn't have time to do it. I had like finals, and I was like trying to make sure that that was all done first. So instead of having 5 episodes in this district, I had 4. And hopefully other people will help me in being able to make this place just a little bit more magical, because I think it deserves to be a little bit more magical. So anyway, craft more snow, grab some more snow, be able to grab lots of snow, and hopefully it'll be fine. There was 1 snow there. Snow. Bam. And we cannot craft another snowball because we don't have enough. That's fine. Anyway, I'm holding the completely wrong map at the moment. So we have this one. Oh, okay, that's good. What's going on over here? Why is this like this? So we have a path that leads down. Oh, that's the reason. This grass here is messing me up. I thought that like I created a path that like went this way and then just ended, instead of actually having the main paths here, but it just turns out that this part is the part that doesn't have any snow on it, because I think I covered it up. Because I think this was actually where the creeper explosion was. Well, the first creeper explosion. The first of 2. But we have a whole entire round the Christmas tree thing. Is this the right map? Nope, it's not. This one is. And there we go. We have a whole entire ring around it. It's kind of hard to see. Let's do this better. What can we do? We can do this. And, well, actually switch. Switch that. There we go. It kind of works. I mean, at least you can kind of see them together. So you can see that the tree is in the center of the whole entire thing. We've got a nice little path surrounding it, and hopefully we'll be able to add more stuff around here. But of course, I need to figure out more plans for like what in the world I'm going to be doing with all kinds of other stuff around here. How about let's like create a list? I mean, I have like some signs here, so why not? So the main thing we need is a housing place where each Castaway member can go ahead and build their own house. So that's a thing that's needed. We can also have a gaming place, which obviously will be kind of neglected because we have a gaming district. It'll probably have like very temporary mini games that are like half lame, half cool. That's at least how I imagine it going. Like they're really rushed mini games that are like, oh, here, pin the tail on the Santa. Oh, I have to create a game called Pin the Tail on the Santa now. I actually kind of want to do that. So, pin the tail on the Santa. What kind of other things we need? So, one thing that we need is to drink water. Let's have a place in which shopping district. That's it. Shopping. I already have ideas for the shopping district, but not very many. So we'll have to really work on that one. Maybe like a tree farm is one that I just came up with now that someone can build. Someone could build like maybe a nutcracker shop and a fudge shop. A chocolate shop would be amazing. I mean, of course, it would be mostly comprised of cocoa beans and cookies, but you could always use your imagination. So, shopping. What else? So what else do you do in Christmas. So there's trees. Oh, Santa's Village. Santa's Village would be an amazing thing to have in somewhere, at least, I think. I need some more ideas. Come up with them. I, I like how that was such a forceful command. It's like, come on, come up with them already. What, you think I'm the brains here? So, so if anyone watching could be able to help me come up with different areas. So I already know that the housing place, I think, is going to be over there. That'd be a very nice place to have it. Over here by the tree, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe just have like extra trees. Actually, that's something we could do right now, I think. Do I have trees on me? Well, I have trees on me, but I don't know where they are. Which I guess means they aren't actually on me. But nonetheless, we'll keep the chest here. I don't want to carry a chest in my inventory. I already have really full inventory space. So let's go ahead, go back up, be able to head up the path. And we'll decorate this place a little bit more with more Christmas cheer. And by Christmas cheer, I mean just plant a bunch of trees and hope it looks festive. This is what I'm talking about, though. How like the snow piles up, and like I tried to jump on this. Yeah, all of these are the size of half slabs, so it's basically like me trying to jump onto a fence. So I basically like have to just clear out all like the areas that like go up to like slab height, because I don't want it to go up to slab height. It just is wrong. But yeah, just be able to make it all work and stuff. There we go. This one will be all right to be better. All right to be better. Yeah, that's about right. More snow. And there we go. In here, nope. In here, nope. In here, nope. Actually, it was probably, nope, it wasn't in my chest. I'm pretty sure it's here. Yep, I have saplings here. So I'll be able to grab some of those. Be able to put some snow in there. Not put my stake into there because I need that. Grab just a tiny bit of bone meal. And we'll put some grass in there. Why not? Because we don't really need that much grass. We kind of need some grass, but not really that much grass on, at least on us at the moment. And we'll take the bones so that we can keep on growing them. In fact, we might even just bring a little bit more of those so that we don't run out. Also, it's becoming night. Make sure that I am fine and sleeping. Ha. And you go away. And you go away. Of course, at some point, I'm probably just going to get rid of all this snow just to like reset the area. I mean, look how tall this one is in comparison to the rest. That's just like out of control. But yeah. Thought Minecraft was a way for me not to have to go ahead and shovel snow. I don't even live in a place where I need to shovel snow. I have to shovel snow even more just inside of the game than I do in real life. Do I have... Nope. I probably should grab some blue ice. But it's fine. I say that a lot because it kind of is. So let's eat and spread some Christmas cheer. So it'll just be a lot of trees and stuff surrounding the area. It'll kind of look like a cold taiga in some ways, I think. I almost feel like it should be mostly in this area. Like in other places, it'll be kind of just like a normal snow biome feel to it. I I'm just kind of wanting like the area around the Christmas tree to be more surrounded in life. But of course, at some point, I'm also going to have to get rid of some of these trees because I will need to be able to create a path that leads somewhere else other than just this area. Because I will probably have a path. Yeah, I could probably... maybe one here that leads off in this direction. And one over there that leads off in that direction. Might be good. Again, the problem with all this is that I only have a rough idea of how I want all of the maps to end up working out. So it's definitely a lot of improvising. Which isn't bad in most cases. Can these things grow with snow next to them? They can! Awesome! Okay, I was worried about that because it was... are those too close together? Yeah, probably not. I think that in forests, they normally grow a lot closer together than you might expect them to. So I think that it's alright if they just touch a little bit. So... have lots of trees, awesome trees, happy little trees. They'll treat you right. They'll make sure that if you need your space, they'll leave you alone. For any special occasion, they'll spruce things up. If you ever think they're ferocious, just remember they're all bark and no bite. I ran out of bone meal. Okay. Well, from what we see so far, I actually really like this. Like, obviously that area isn't done yet, but like over here you can see that it's like it just actually kind of looks more like a foresty area, and I kind of like that kind of around this tree. You can kind of be on the path. Some of them are a little bit close to the path, I'll admit, but that's probably fine anyway. But it also draws attention because the rest is background noise, while this one is going to be the main guy. This is the one that's going to be decorated later. Obviously, it's not decorated at the moment, it's just a tree. But I want to be able to put a star on top of it. I want to put ornaments on it. Maybe some thing. I don't know. I don't know actually how to decorate like a tree in Minecraft completely. At first I was thinking, oh, we can maybe put some tinsel on it. But I'm all like, what would that... iron bars! I mean, or gray glass, I guess. Gray glass probably would be a little bit better, but I think iron bars actually are more realistic because, you know, they're shiny. They're shiny iron bars, and that's tinsel. I mean, really. I think that would actually work. It would be expensive, but it would work. So that's something to keep in mind. Is there anything else that we can think of with being able to have different areas to think of? So obviously we want a place in which we have housing. That's where every castaway is going to build their own house. A place for gaming, where we have pin the tail on the Santa. The lamest idea for a minigame ever. And yeah, I love it so much. Yeah, I love the map. The map actually looks kind of cool with the trees. I wonder how this will look when it actually gets like put onto the map wall. But yeah, a nice shopping district with like a tree barn and like a nutcracker shop, a chocolate shop, that kind of thing. Santa's village. We can have like elves. Oh, We'd have to move over villagers if we're going to make it realistic. I would totally need help in moving over villagers because those guys are awful. I mean, once you get them to the boat road, it's not too bad, but definitely a journey. It's not easy. So yeah, that's definitely something to think of. What other areas can be like kind of Christmassy or maybe just winter themed? A candy cane forest? Yeah, that could work. I like a candy cane forest. So candy cane forest. What else? We could have. So something wintry. Snow. Snowman. Like snowman villages and stuff. Like, would you actually have a community of snowman? Would a community of snowmen, that'd be interesting. Just all of them, like, just rolling about, I guess. Like, I don't know. A gingerbread man who lives in a gingerbread house. Mariah Carey. I mean, it's kind of Christmassy. Oh, that'd be so weird to have a whole entire like area devoted to Mariah Carey. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'm just going to leave the sign there for now. And you, Mr. Creeper, I would say, how about you don't be around here in the Christmas village? I think that's probably one of the things I need to do, is actually mob-proof this place. But of course it's a little bit hard to mob-proof this place, because, you know, if I put too much light, it melts all the snow. And I feel like that's something that isn't really what we want. Although apparently, like it doesn't really melt snow as much as you would think it would, since you see I have a bunch of lights here. They're on pedestals and they're cool, but they only melt like this small area around them. It doesn't even melt the corner. It just melts that block, that block, that block, and that block. It makes a star shape. And that's not very much. I'm kind of grateful because it keeps a lot of the snow area and like makes you see a little bit of the grass, but you know, not too much that you don't think that you're like in a winter wonderland or anything. But obviously, it's not the best setup in the world to be able to have it be if you actually wanted snow to be melted and all that stuff, you know? Like, originally what I was thinking is that if I have lights on either side and stuff, like, none of the path blocks would be covered in snow. It's not really the case, although from my experience, it doesn't seem like it wants to land on the packed ice. It only wants to land on the blue ice. So if I just put a bunch of like stuff on top of the like if I put string on top of the blue ice, it ends up working just as effectively, so that I can be able to actually have clear paths. So I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, it's fine. So anyway, it's nearly an hour into the stream. Do you think that it would be best if we moved away from working on this path and working on like ideas, and we just end up actually like creating an area type of a thing. Because what I was almost thinking is that later on in the episode, we could try and design different places or different houses that would go into the housing area. Because obviously, it's a big housing area. Not every house is going to be made by a Castaway member. Or, well, I guess every house there is going to be made by a Castaway member. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking when I was going into that sentence. But not every house is going to be made by a unique Castaway member is really what I was trying to get at. And that we kind of need some generic houses that don't necessarily belong to anyone, but are just like part of that kind of community. So that way we'll just like have multiple houses, like one that I'll design, like that's specifically me, that's specifically Frontline, and then we'll have like other houses that maybe if like someone else like in the Craftaway Realm doesn't actually want to build anything or just can't build anything inside of the district, I can be all like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and build you a house and that kind of thing. So be able to design them in that kind of a way too. So that the area ends up actually having a little bit more life to it, I think would be nice. So let's switch maps. Map 4 is the one. And seems as though a lot of trees have been able to sprout out and stuff and all that. Oh man, I'm yawning a lot today. I really shouldn't be. But I like almost feel like my eyes feel tired, but I'm not really that tired. Like, obviously, I kind of just want to be able to build and do lots, but obviously my eyes have basically been like attached to a screen all day. So it's definitely one of those things where it's like I just, my body's telling me, hey, you shouldn't keep on doing this. I'm all like, I do what I want. So I'm just going to keep on being able to do all that kind of stuff. This is the edge of the world. If you go off there, you go off the edge of the world. It's not really true, but over here is obviously the edge of the district. Like, I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have something in the water, but I don't know what you would build in the water. I feel like if you tried to build anything in the water, it would just be forced, you know? You'd just like look at it and be all like, hey, what are you doing, man? But yeah, it's just, yeah. Because obviously it'd be nice to have maybe like some kind of a boat or thing there. Would I be able to like just kind of get rid of this mound? It doesn't really seem in place, and it's kind of getting in the way of my path. The awesome thing about this is, like with Bedrock, is that the snow can actually fall down onto the ground though, which is really awesome because, you know, I don't have to get rid of any of the snow because I'm almost certain it's impossible to get snow layers in survival with the current update of Minecraft Bedrock. Because this is a Silk Touch shovel, I've been getting snowballs. So I don't know if that's a bug. I mean, it could be, but it also could be just that they haven't added survival gainability of snow layers yet. Which is funny because, you know, that's the kind of thing that's like you would think would be in the game because the two versions shouldn't be that much different. I'm really wondering where Santa's village should be. Like, half of me thinks that maybe back here would be cool. I mean, it'd be kind of in the south, which would be interesting. But, you know, I could have it over there. I was almost thinking of having over there be the gaming district, but I'm not sure. It's hard for me to decide these things because, I mean, in reality, it doesn't matter exactly where things go, just as long as it's a big enough area for that thing, and like an area that needs more space. Like if another area needs more space, it's not invading onto that area. So yeah, I kind of like that right there. That looks cool. Because this is like the tallest place, other than the Christmas tree, that we can see about Over there's the border. You can't go past that because otherwise the the, the district would be way too large. It already kind of seems quite large, but there's also a lot to build. I think that there's a lot that I can do in this place. So anyway, right there is a nice little valley with the surrounding paths. So perhaps in that area, we could have like a kind of pseudo gaming district. It'd be actually kind of cool. It'd be kind of like a pop-up carnival. You know, like that almost seems like the right size for it. Although I'm almost thinking that maybe this area here could be a candy cane forest. You know, we would have it kind of link around. I think that the path would end up going around this mountain, even though it'd be kind of close to the water. That'd be fine. It would be able to go around to there. What should be on top of the mountain is the problem that I'm facing right now. Like, I think that we can probably make the mountain just a little bit smaller. Like, maybe flatten out this peak here just a bit. Just do all of that, and then it'll be fine. And then on top, I guess this could be Santa's village. Like, the Santa's factory needs to be big though. Like, I was almost thinking like here would be like the main thing. Maybe this would be Santa's house, and then like right there would be the factory, and then like here would be like different or like elf houses and stuff and things. That actually could work. If Santa's house, of course, you know, was shrunk just a little bit, but it's probably going to be fine. So if we just go ahead and like get rid of all of this layering here. If I do it at this angle, I'm not going to get rid of any of the snow, hopefully, so don't have to even wait for another snow storm to happen for it to be able to be fixed. Because yeah, perhaps I'm going to make this less of a peak to a mountain and more of like the highest elevated point on this hill. Because I think that direction actually would be really cool. So there we go, got lots of dirt and stuff. Yeah, I think that's fine. This is a flat enough area, and even if it like goes a little bit over, obviously there can be like a staircase that leads to the house and stuff, and that will be good. It'll just be like Santa's house on the top of the hill. And the factory can be down here. Oh, it'd be great if Suncorp could help in that. Suncorp is the one who makes Santa's workshop. That'd just be funny. It's like that's the reason why all the elves are like unpaid and stuff, and that they're all just kind of there to work, is because they signed a contract with Suncorp, and they're all like, oh, well, I guess kind of we have to make all the toys now, so kind of nothing we can really do about that. So yeah. So here we go. It's snowing again. Should we let it snow? I don't know. At some point I probably will let it snow. But right now, I don't know. Especially since it's also night. Having it be night and that, like, it's just a lot. So, yeah. Man, people are really active on Twitter. I'm just like looking at the Twitter stuff at the moment because obviously I announced like the stream on there. And I keep seeing notifications from it, but I'm also like, just people are just tweeting. That's really the reason why I'm getting a bunch of notifications from there. So anyway, let's drink a bit more. Eggnog. That's another thing that can go in like the shopping district and stuff. I could just have like an eggnog store. That would actually be a pretty nice addition. Anyway, so obviously we could design houses for inside the residential area, but we'd have to actually leave the server to do that. I might do that anyway. Maybe. Although we could just make more progress on this. I might just end up doing that. Like, how about instead of just keeping on digging out paths, let's actually go ahead and place down the packed ice and stuff to be able to make these roads treadable, which should be really awesome. Because I've got a nice little mixture of blue ice and packed ice into the actual pathway itself to give it a little bit of variety. I think it looks good. Oh man, seriously, the snowstorms just make everything into half slabs. I swear I just gotta get rid of like all of the snow that's all around here, just so that it ends up like not being like this giant like packed up mess. But that's of course a task for another day. I don't even have that much time for that next episode that's going to be releasing here soon. One of the reasons I'm streaming this is because I kind of do need more time to work on this next episode. It's going to be releasing here. So anyway, where's my blue ice? Do I have any blue ice? I do have blue ice. I also have some packed ice. That's very nice. Then we can go ahead and grab some dirt. Or put away some dirt, I mean, really. And let's get this whole ball rolling, shall we? So one of the main things I do, I just kind of go ahead and place a bunch of blue ice kind of randomly, pseudo-randomly. I try and make it randomly, but it's not really that random. It just ends up being that I try and have them at the edges of the paths and the centers of them. Ends up working out most of the time, and at that point it just kind of gives a little bit more variety than just, hey, this is a packed ice road. It's like here it almost seems like some of the ice has been solidified, like it's been walked on, or like maybe it's melted and frozen over. Like it looks a lot more icy. The packed ice like almost kind of just looks like padded down snow, but this just looks, I don't know, almost warmer. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, let's go ahead, grab some more packed ice that we can then craft at least some of it into blue ice so that we can continue this. So we can craft some of this here. Let's just grab 16. Because we do need to craft some of this in the blue ice anyway. It's like the icebergs don't really have that much blue ice in them. Like they have some. It was definitely like enough that I was able to go ahead and make like the paths over there with like the blue ice stuff. But the icebergs I've been doing more recently are, you know, like not actually as filled with the stuff. And by that I mean that they're bigger. Like I'm getting to the bigger and bigger icebergs, and the bigger they are, the more packed ice they have. But every iceberg kind of has an equal amount of blue ice. It's not very what's the word when they're like kind of the same ratio. They're not the same aspect ratio. That's not really what I'm after. They're not the same proportions. That's the word I was going for. So they're not like the same proportions normally. Anyway, let's not try and go backtrack on our path there for now. Let's just go in our circle, be able to get all the ice together. And there we go. Gotta pack them in. Make sure that the path is completely and totally covered. And as you can see, it's like it actually looks a lot better without the grass. Just at least in my opinion. Like it'd be nice to have this place lit up without having to use like the stuff on the side, because even though the grass kind of does have its own like a nice feel to it, with like the different sides and stuff, I also kind of like the look that it has when it's only ice and snow, because it actually like totally looks frozen over, and like nothing can be able to grow in this cold of a winter, you know? Anyway, let's grab a little bit more blue ice. How about let's just go down this road just a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through the entire road, but at least like some of it I've got covered so that I can head back, filling in the packed ice along the way. Be able to make this thing look a little bit more blue and a little bit more like a path. If it wasn't for the icebergs in the game, I totally would never have been able to create these paths, because packed ice was so hard to come by before with like the ice spikes biome. And it's like even then I was like, well, if I just make it completely out of packed ice, it's not really that great. But it's like with the icebergs and stuff, like having the blue ice, it actually like adds a little bit more texture to it. It looks, I mean, it's another type of ice. It's not like I'm adding some cyan concrete to give it a little bit more texture. It's like, no, I'm actually like adding just a different type of ice. So right there, it is just better in that kind of a way. It's still sad how, well, I know it's going to be fixed in a future version, but it's kind of sad how at the moment, like, packed ice isn't craftable using normal ice. But at the same time, I feel like because of the icebergs, using just a standard ice farm isn't going to really be the way to go to gather lots. I mean, you need like 81 pieces of just normal ice to be able to create just like a little bit, just one piece of blue ice, which if you don't know, isn't worth it. So if there is some way to make ice farm automatic, maybe, but even then it's like you could literally spend your time a lot better just by finding an iceberg and taking it out. But you know, it's all good. I will need to put some string on top of like all of, place that the wrong way. I will need to get some string and place on top of all of the packed ice at some point here, so that it doesn't snow over. It was still the weirdest thing to see. It was like the snow is only falling on the blue ice. like, the snow is totally not falling on any of the packed ice, which just makes me think that snow can't fall on packed ice for some reason. Let's test it. Let's test a theory I have. We'll test it after I get rid of the rest of this deck on packed ice. But I feel like there's something here that might be interesting because I'm actually kind of curious as to how this works in the game, and if stuff can't fall on packed ice because of a reason that would make sense, or because of a reason that my hypothesis believes. No. Oh, dang it. I was really hoping that I'd be able to run away from that as fast as I could. I really should have punched him to make sure that he didn't explode. But nonetheless, yeah, it's fine. So, I say that a lot. And I don't actually have very much on me at the moment to be able to fix this. We will fix it later. How about? Maybe we'll just have to regrow that tree because it's a little bit odd at the moment. I've just got to sleep before I actually do test what I'm going to test. This is why I just want to keep on sleeping. I mean, seriously, like creepers spawn like crazy over here for some reason. Like, I've never seen it be this crazy before, but that's just how it has been for the past, like, long time here in the snow biome. I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder if creepers spawn more in the snow biome, or if it's just that I've been very unlucky. It could be that I'm just very unlucky because, you know, I'm Frontline, but yeah. So if we go ahead and test this, I'm wondering, oh, right, it blew up the stuff I was going to test it on, didn't it? Let's go ahead and just do that so we can pick block that. Because if we go ahead and do this, I would think that this is a solid block and this is a transparent block, and that's the reason by which like the stuff works. So right there, yeah, you can see the signal goes through it. This one, nope, the signal goes through that. So this is also a solid block, which doesn't explain much. I actually kind of thought that was going to be the reasoning, that was the reason that it wasn't actually being able to have snow land on it. But since that's not the case, yeah, it's probably a bug. I don't know. When in doubt, call it a bug, I guess. I really want to put efficiency on my pickaxe at some point. I feel like at some point I just gotta give up and be all like, yeah, I'm gonna just put like efficiency on it, because the only reason I don't have efficiency on it is because I was pretty sure that Gamer Queen was going to have to give me like an efficiency book in which I would be able to fix my pickaxe. But obviously it's kind of been like, how long has it been? Like, it has to have been like 9 months, more than that probably. I would think that it would be like at least like 10 months, if not more, that I've been having to live with having a non-efficiency 5 pickaxe is my primary pickaxe. Actually, non-efficiency anything pickaxe is my primary pickaxe. And I've just been like living with it. And it's kind of like totally out of payness. But I think at some point I'm just going to have to give up and be all like, yeah, she's just going to have to pay me in something else if like I win that case, because, you know, I don't need my efficiency pickaxe anymore. But yeah. It was the only thing I lost that day. I don't know if you guys know the story. It's probably happened like so long ago that you might not actually remember it. But a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was once a Frontline and there was once a Gamer Queen. And we were in a boat and traveling down from her base she started like shooting something inside the boat, but it kept hitting me. And I was all like, "Hey, stop shooting! You're like killing me!" And she eventually like actually killed me. And this was back before the water mechanics like happened, so all my stuff was at like the bottom of the ocean, and we had to be able to grab it. So I eventually we were pretty far away from like where my spawn point was. So I was back at my old house back before I even was able to refurbish my house to its current awesome medieval state. And I was able to finally make it back to my stuff. I was like, okay, we have enough time. I'm going to try and get my pickaxe. And she shot me again. She shot me again. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, my stuff, it's going to despawn. What are you doing? And that was the moment that I was like, I am going to sue because, I got all my stuff back except for that pickaxe. And I was like, that was my pickaxe. You killed my pickaxe. And at that point, I had like just enchanted it with efficiency 5. So I was like, I ain't going to do that again. So I like built an entire courthouse, and I was like, I'm going to sue Gamer Queen for efficiency 5 on this pickaxe to be able to actually like mine well, and for her to pay for the actions of what she did. And yeah, she never actually showed up to court. So yeah, it's kind of against the law, but at the same time, it's really hard to get a summons on someone who isn't actually participating on the server anymore. So there's that aspect of it. And yeah, we'll see if she ever actually joins back the server. I'd like to see like her actually come back, but who knows really what's going to happen with that whole entire thing. She seemed kind of busy with real life stuff, kind of like how GG Munchies had to leave himself to be able to do other stuff. And yeah. So anyway, now you know the story of the day I lost the one thing that mattered to me, my pickaxe. Such a weird story, and yet like it's I just really was like thrown back when she actually like killed me that second time. I was like, oh man, you better get my stuff back, because otherwise I am like going to be like so mad. And I wasn't really that mad, but I was still also kind of thinking like, if you're going to like try and like do that kind of thing, maybe like hit me with not kill me, but just weaken me and make sure that like I actually get my stuff back out now. Anyway, we don't need a dead tree. Let's go ahead and like punch away these vines so that it looks a little bit more lively. And we can fill this guy in. And there we go. Almost brand is new. Brand is new? New? Good is new. Good is new is the phrase. I was like, what's the phrase other than brand is new? I don't know. So I was totally puzzled right then. Like, what in the world is the actual phrase for that? But yeah, I was able to get in the end. So yeah, let's just go ahead and like get rid of this tree. I was originally just going to like try and call it good, but I think that if we just punch away the leaves to make it so that those trees are separated. We'll be able to go ahead and punch all this away. Be able to get my axe back onto my quick select. Punch away the leaves. And plant a sapling. Exactly where it was. And then it'll grow, and it'll be fine. It won't be exactly the same tree, but it never really needed to be. I also realized I had spruce wood in my inventory, so I didn't even need to grab my wood log box. But yeah, it's fine. Go ahead and break this guy. And yeah. So you got 35 minutes left of the stream. Should we figure out where these things are going to go? So the housing place, we know where that's going to go. I'm almost certain that that's going to be over there. The gaming place. I think we're going to do that. Santa's Village is going to be up there. So then the shopping place is needed. Seriously, another creeper spawned? What's up with these guys? Like, they just like appear out of nowhere. They literally just appear out of nowhere. In exactly the same place where the other one blew up too. We'll be able to light this place up eventually. Eventually. So, would a shopping district be good here? Perhaps? I mean, Santa's Village is obviously up there, so it almost seems like it needs to like have it so that the path kind of winds. It'll branch off so it turns that way and up the hill, because it does need to go up the hill so that people would be able to go into this area with the workshop and all that stuff, and be able to see the creeper that's exactly in the place where Santa's house is actually going to reside. Or theoretically, I don't know. I mean, is this place big enough for a Santa's house? I mean, it's a little bit tiny, but how much space does he really need? You know? How big of a house do you actually want? I guess this could be the candy cane forest. I feel like that'd be more fitting, now that I think about it. Because Santa's workshop's right there. Who would have a shopping district literally right next to Santa's workshop? I mean, it may be if Santa actually shopped from the shopping district instead of having his elves make the toys themselves, but, you know, that's probably not what's actually happening. So we can have like that whole entire thing that's just like the mystical area with like the candy canes and stuff and that kind of thing. So then right there, so right there's like the housing area. You can kind of see that this area is going to be here. So maybe the shopping district should just be kind of around here-ish perhaps. Yeah, I mean, if we have it here, it's a little bit more secluded. It's like its own part of town. It's downtown. It could be connected to there. It could even have a path that actually leads directly into the candy cane forest just to make it a little bit more cooler. So I think that that's actually what we're going to do. I think that that will be a fitting thing to have. I also like the fact that like the mystical stuff, like the candy cane area and Santa's workshop are both in places that are far enough away that you don't really see outside the snow biome that much, because outside the snow biome isn't that exciting. And I think that it's a little bit better to see the more mystical side of things in those areas. So I think that's what we're going to do. I actually kind of think that we actually have this place plotted out pretty well. And I also just realized that all of our trees have grown except for that one. So we probably didn't actually really need to bone meal at all, but I think the bone mealing it kind of made me see, okay, yeah, this does actually look good, and not just, hey, this is a thing that we're doing and we're kind of stuck with it now because I already like built it up. But yeah. So let's continue on the paths, shall we? I think that perhaps we should actually run back and be able to put some of these maps away though, because they're a little bit not necessarily necessary, or at least one of them isn't. One of them I actually like using up the two maps that are like either side of the Christmas tree is useful, but the one that's the one that includes like this bridge and stuff is a little bit too far that I don't actually need it. So I'll be able to put that away. Go throw the snowball. Oh, a snowball fight would be an awesome minigame. Well, would it be? I don't know. I feel like it'd just be a random minigame that isn't really wouldn't be that interactive. I'd have to figure out like a way to like make sure that it actually would like be a good game. Let's actually like put this here, shall we? Let's be all like, hey, let's see what in the world we were able to do with that whole entire thing. So, oh, I never actually updated this map. So, yeah, this one still has like the green area, but you know, it's still fine. The Christmas tree is a little bit off center. Well, I kind of knew the Christmas tree was a little bit off center, but I'm also like curious as to if I mind if it's off center. I feel like I'm not going to move the tree. I'm probably just going to move the path, maybe. Although moving the tree would be easier. I think I might move the tree if I move the tree, but that's going to be something I do another day. Unless I have bones. Unless I have like some kind of like bone meal that I can actually be able to grow a bunch of trees all at once, but it doesn't seem like it. Let's just go ahead and grab the two maps again. Hopefully we have inventory space to do so. And we'll be able to put away some of that wood. And yeah. We will then be able to put away other stuff. And oh wait, we actually do have a couple of bones. I think we killed some strays. So I mean we could try. But of course we won't have very many tries because that's only 15 bone meal. And we'll try it anyway. I think I have everything on me to do that. Except for maybe just a little bit of wood. Although we probably don't need a little bit of wood because we're going to be chopping down the entire tree anyway. So we don't need that. So yeah, I think the actual center would be perhaps here. I think would be the actual center when you look at it. Like it's not completely the actual center because it's obviously not a perfect circle, but it's to the point where it really kind of is the center in the end that we kind of will have to deal with. So there we go, we have that much wood. We will be able to have grass blocks on top of it with saplings on top of that. We won't place the saplings yet because obviously there's a tree in the way. So we'll be able to go ahead and just chop around the actual signs I created there. I mean, I don't think it matters that much that we have the signs. I mean, I kind of have the idea, don't I? Because just like housing place, gaming place, shopping, Sands Village, Candy Cane Forest. Yeah, we already have all these ideas. We probably don't need the signs. So if I demolish them, it's probably fine. There's going to be a lot of progress in my next episode that I'm going to not actually have any explanation for. I'm just going to have one clip and then I'm going to be all like, hey, look, I really decorated the Christmas village thing here a lot more than you might have thought that I would have. So, yeah, I'll just let that go on its own. And eventually we'll be able to just plant the thing here. Because, I mean, normally like when I was doing this, I was just punching all of them away, but that's not really that exciting of a thing for me to be doing. So we'll just wait for now. We'll even take the chest, be able to put the chest like underneath this tree instead, be able to have it right about here. Kind of the same location. No. Snow is falling from the bits and bobs that are falling from the actual tree itself. That's kind of funny. Let's sleep. Let's go ahead and create a little bit more blue ice, just so that we can be able to create this little bit here. Not much, but again, it's just a nice little effect kind of a thing. Oh right, the main reason we were here. We were going to put string on top of all the blue ice. I was trying to remember exactly what we were doing. I was almost kind of thinking we were going to work a little bit more on the path, and we kind of were, but not actually in creating more path, just in refining this path so that wherever the blue ice is, snow doesn't fall on top of it and ruin everything. So hopefully that'll be fine. We'll be able to get all that kind of stuff. Let's just trim this like a little bit on the side there. We don't actually need to put string there because that's going to be covered. This one I think is also going to be covered, so we don't need to put blue ice there. This one is not covered. And there we go. And this one's not covered just by the slightest bit. I think that's all of them in this circle at least. So it seems as though this thing's been hacking away at being able to get all of the leaves good and stuff. Have to make sure that it's all good before we really start getting the tree there. And we might be able to put the tree here anyway. Just be able to get rid of any leaves that obviously aren't a part of it. So if any of those grow, it's going to be able to grow into a tree, and we'll see how that actually ends up working. So yes, all of them around here have string on them, but not these. Be able to place these around. Oh yeah, one of the things I need to do is be able to grab end rods from Sunfire's place, I think I'm going to do. Because I don't really have that much chorus plants. I feel like I'm kind of using up probably too many of his chorus plants, if I'm being completely honest. Like, whenever I'm over there, I try and remember to be able to use the farm so that I don't just keep on using plants without actually replenishing his supply. But I think I am using probably more than I actually farm myself. So I'll probably in the future try and make sure that I'm actually making the resources renewable instead of just having them all go away at some point. But yeah, well, we'll have to see about that. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit impatient with this thing. I'm just going to pile up, be able to go ahead and hack away at these leaves so that we don't have to worry about them getting in the way of our actual other tree that's going to be grown here. There we go. We're able to go ahead and grab more leaves. I could use shears, but then I'd have a bunch of leaves in my inventory. I don't really want that necessarily. Although I guess it doesn't matter that much. If I did use those leaves, I probably could have just repaired that tree without having to worry about all that kind of stuff. So there we go. That's all done. And now we can turn all this into bone meal and grow, grow, grow. And is that too tall? I don't know. Because it's nice. It's nice to have enough space underneath the Christmas tree, but I almost kind of wanted it to be only 3 tall, if not like maybe 2 tall. Although 2 tall I think might be too short. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking I just kind of want it 3 tall. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough decision. I'll leave it for now. If it doesn't look right later on, I just don't like it, I'll change it. But as of now, I'm too lazy to actually adjust it in any way. So let's go ahead and actually make this whole entire thing cool and stuff. I think this is how this is done. I think this one I actually accidentally removed a block from. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. As long as it's mostly done right, it'll end up like growing more snow on the ground anyway. So like cover up the parts that surround the tree but aren't actually a part of the tree. So there we go. I think that's a little bit more centered. We'll see on the maps. So there's that map. There's that map. Let's go ahead and head over to the map wall so we can actually see like a real view of it, because obviously right now using the hands is a very not good view of it, in my opinion at least. So it's this one is the left side, and then this one here is the right side. That is a lot more centered, I believe, because yeah, I mean it's a little bit to the left, but it's fine. I think it's a little bit better at least in the end. Like it kind of looks more correct. Obviously, like there's a little bit of patch of green. So like once the snow fills in, it'll be a little bit better, I think. We'll see how that turns out. Anyway, one thing I'm considering is getting rid of this map. Like not just completely getting rid of it, I guess, but kind of like replacing it with a different map. Like having this be completely blue instead, because there are some in the Craft to Play gaming district where it's like the maps at the top are very blue and stuff. I might end up making this one just a complete blue map so that it ends up being cool. But of course, I don't know. I might just keep it there anyway. If I like explained why that might be a bad idea, that might be either spoilers or just like an idea that may not never come to fruition. So I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. So um, we'll be able to work on that kind of stuff. So how does this map work? Let's actually like update this map, and I think we're actually close enough to have updated that. So there we go. We can actually see that it actually all looks like a solid line of blue. That's obviously going to be the housing district. Over here is going to be the shopping district, candy cane, foresty kind of an area here. I'm not sure about this area. Maybe it'll be like extended housing. I don't know. There's just this mountain that almost seems like it's out of the way. Maybe I could just make that forest. You know, wherever it's not industrialized, I'll just make it forest. Right there is the mountain that's going to be Santa's workshop. That kind of extends into the candy cane forest. And then a little tiny gaming area. I think that works. I think that's actually a really good plan. At first I was really afraid that this place was going to be too big. And, well, it might be. It really might be. But I'm hoping that through this whole entire thing, it will be worth it to have it be this big, because it will be this grand thing that on Christmas everyone's going to be all like, yeah, I'm so glad that Frontline did this for us. You know? I mean, that's really all I want. Is to do something pretty cool for Christmas, because Halloween, it was fine, and I think that probably was like as much as I wanted to do, but with like Christmas, we need something big. You know, having a whole entire Halloween land, it's fine, but you know, it's just spooky stuff and random things, and you know, with this, it has like a cool atmosphere, like literally cool, because it's cold. And like it's an opportunity for me to build out of ice, which is something that I've been meaning to be able to figure out how to do here. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to. Gotta go. Yeah, it has been good stream. I will see you later. Yeah, if you want to see the rest of the stream, obviously I uploaded it, but you know, I think that I'm probably going to be streaming for only 15 more minutes anyway. We'll leave me on a pun, yeah, with like the coolness, yeah. But yeah, it's been a good time being able to basically rant to myself about all kinds of random ideas I have for this place. Definitely talking just aloud kind of, and looking at the map made me really realize what kind of an area this was, and hopefully this will be a nice place that all of us can end up building on, and it'll be pretty cool. Okay, I'm struggling to see what I'm going to do for the rest of the stream now, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue the path. I was going to leave Craftaway, but I also kind of don't want to leave Craftaway. I just, for some reason, I'm just like mesmerized by like all of this like wintry wonderland area. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue on building. I think I'm going to create the path up to the workshop. I'm wondering what I can do up there. Like I feel like the path has to be like on the outskirts of this thing here, like around this edge, so that the workshop and stuff can be over like in the front here where people can see it, and then there's a path straight to here. So I think that's how I'm going to approach this. It's going to be hard because this hill is very much not flat. But I will try my best to make it work. So let's go ahead and like actually try and extend this thing. I think I'm going to try and make it go off in both directions. Since I don't actually have a map in my offhand, let's put arrows in my offhand so I have a little bit more inventory space. Be able to put snow into crafting. So here I'll be able to split off the path. Make sure that it can split off in both directions, and it's not just that the path is curving off in one direction. So I think that kind of works in this direction, and then this direction I'll be able to create a little bit more of an alcove here. There we go, a 4 wide path that goes up into this nice little slope here that goes up to here. We'll make it curve just a tiny bit here. It needs to be able to actually have these, all that kinds of stuff. The community. Okay, I got distracted. I was distracted by a lot of things. So let's go ahead and keep on building this thing. I really need to put some more stuff in my shulker box because I'm really okay. Let's just throw my shovel on the ground so that I actually have like some inventory space. Be able to put some snow in there. Be able to put just really random stuff in there because I have a lot of just really random stuff on me apparently. And there we go. Now our inventory is a lot less full, and hopefully this will all work out in the end. Sorry if I'm like quiet here. I really am kind of distracted. How about let's just do this for a moment, just so that there's no confusion. Okay, sorry for that. That was just something that I kind of wanted to look into for a second there. But now I'm going to be back on stream, and hopefully I'll be able to continue this path up until when the stream ends, which is 5 a.m. GMT on Sunday, right? Today is Sunday, that it would be Sunday in GMT time at least. I think that's the case. So Then we can go ahead and go upward. Man, this is such a weird angle to work with. It's like I'm going up and across to be able to get this whole entire thing working. Because it goes and it goes and it goes. It needs to be like 5 wide for when it's actually doing a turn, because otherwise it doesn't feel four wide when it's doing that. For some reason, I don't know why exactly it doesn't feel like it, but it's probably something to do with perspective and how they're blocks, and it's not really like a width of a path or anything that you just can't curve it, so you have to make it wider to actually give the illusion that it is working and stuff. Doesn't need to be here. I was kind of thinking that the ice should go along here for a bit, just so that like it's as close to the edge as we can possibly make it. Because if we do that, and then we do that, and then we do that, it can end up going ahead and being a relatively decent path that's kind of hanging off the edge, but it's also kind of fine. Let's get rid of the snow and sleep so that none of our progress is gotten rid of, though. Oh, right, I placed those there for a reason. It's that this right here is going to be our new thing. So we can go ahead, do that. And there we go. It does curve, so I need to account for that in the path. But yeah, I think this is actually kind of working out. Kind of worried about having this path not turn out the way I kind of wanted it to, but it kind of has been able to have the correct shape, or at least I believe it has the correct shape. Can do that, and then there we go. Craft some more snow. I craft a lot of snow on this thing because it just fills up your inventory like crazy, and having them be in snow blocks, not only does it actually stack into 64, but you know, it also can use 4 snow blocks in every block, so it's a lot more efficient at storing them, and all you need to do to turn them back is to use a normal shovel. Of course I have a soak touch shovel, and I kind of like the snow blocks anyway, but you know, do what you will with them, I guess. And there we go, we got that. I think that what we'll do, the last thing we'll do on this stream, is be able to create like an artificial ledge here. Huh. I did not know that. Is that actually like a thing? Like if I place this, ooh, that's interesting. That's something I didn't know. Because you can place blocks to replace snow, you can actually like replace flowers if they're like inside of snow. by placing them, and it just like deletes the flower, which is something I guess that's interesting, because normally the flower you cannot place like to be able to replace it, because I'm actually like trying to place it right here, but it's not able to. It can only be placed if this because of that. If this because of that. I'm very descriptive. So that's kind of like an interesting idea. See kind of how it ends up working out. I think I could make it so that the actual factory is here. I think this has more room for an actual factory, and that like the path up here maybe has like stables for like reindeer, and then Santa's house. Because I think that would be a better way of doing it, since that would it would kind of make sense. It doesn't restrict the factory to be so small. It'd be great to have the factory like this massive thing that kind of like spans a large part of the land. So I think that's actually what we're going to do. So that's basically like the plan. We've made lots of plans in this episode today, but honestly, I think that's actually what I'm going to call that. I realized that this whole entire time I've had no pants, and I kind of don't really have much explanation for that at the moment. I can't really give that away, but hopefully at some point I'll get my pants back. But yeah, so I would promise that the stream would go on forever, but that would be a lie. Follow the channel to be notified of when I start streaming, and be sure to also go to my YouTube channel, Allies All Around, to see various contents that I make over there. This is actually a realm that I make videos on, called Craftaway, if you want to be able to see more of this realm. But yeah, if you want to see the entirety of this live stream, it is going to be on Behind the Frontline, in which I have my stream replays always, every time that I live stream. But anyway, until next time, this has been Frontline, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.